Hi, this is Kathy Jo with Market Your Coaching Business. Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things. Peter Drucker. If you're like some of the coaches that I've talked to recently, this time last year you were sitting there thinking that today you would have a full load of clients, that your workshops would be full, that you wouldn't have to struggle to get clients anymore, and that your business would be self-sustaining. It may not have turned out the way that you'd hoped. And if that's the case, there's a reason for that. And most likely, it's in the efficiency and the effectiveness of your marketing. Let me explain that. Writing, networking, and speaking are the three big marketing venues for coaches, or really any service-based provider. Let's say that you have a strength in writing. So you write an article, and you submit that article to an online article directory. Well, if your target audience doesn't like to read articles online, they prefer to read articles out of magazines, you're not doing the right things to get in front of the right people. So you're not being very effective with your marketing. But let's say that they do like to get their information online and read articles online. They find your article, they read it, but they don't share it with people. They don't flag it as though they like it. They don't forward it on to other people, and they don't click from the article to your website. You're not being very efficient in your marketing. You're not addressing their concerns and their needs and adding the value that they're looking for. So those are the things that you need to look at in your marketing and examine how effective and efficient you're being. And there are some things that you can set in place that you can actively today start measuring the effectiveness and the efficiency of your marketing so that you can make adjustments as you go along, so that this time next year you're not sitting there saying, here goes another year where it didn't happen. So there's 6 things that we're going to talk about today that you can set in place that you could actually start tracking your marketing efforts. The first one is tracking your website traffic. How do you do that? Google Analytics is a perfect tool for that. It tells you who comes to your website, how long they spent on your website, what other pages they went to. It tells you the keywords that they used to look for you, where they came from before they came to your site. It has a wealth of information, and it's a really essential tool to use to track your the traffic coming to your website. If you have a website developer and they have not already done so, ask them to put Google Analytics on your website. It's easy to do, and it should be no problem for them. If you don't have a webmaster and you're a little nervous about taking something like that on yourself, go to YouTube. Look up Google Analytics there, and you will see a wealth of different tutorials that will walk you step by step through putting Google Analytics on your website. So I highly recommend doing that, and that will help you to track your website traffic and to see if it's increasing from your marketing. The next thing to look at is your website ranking and start to track that. A good way to do that, Google has a great website ranking tool. It shows you where you're at right now, and if you keep track of it, how you're increasing. Another one is Alexa.com. They'll tell you what your website ranking is, and if you keep track of that, you should see an increase as your marketing efforts increase. And if your website traffic is increasing, most likely the website ranking will increase as well. And that's really important because if people are searching for the things that you offer, or if they're out there looking for the solutions that you have, they're going to be searching for that online. And if you're not showing up in the first page or two, they're not finding you. The next thing that you need to look at is actually converting visitors to your website into subscribers. How well are you doing that? Are people actually signing up for your newsletters? If they're not, there's a couple of things that could be reason for that. One, it could be that you're attracting the wrong people. It's not your ideal clients. 2, it could be your website is not offering the value that they're looking for. Or 3, it could be that the free offering that you have in exchange for their contact information isn't compelling enough for them to make that exchange. So look at that. Look at how many people are actually coming to your website and how many are actually subscribing, and gauge what you can do to make those adjustments there. The next thing that you want to track is actually your subscriber activity. Are people opening up your newsletters? Are they reading the newsletters? Are they forwarding those newsletters onto other people? Are they clicking from the links that you have embedded in the newsletters onto to other resources? Keep track of that. Any contact management system such as Aweber, iContact, MailChimp, Constant Contact, things like that, most of them have really great tracking tools that can help show you how effective and efficient your newsletters are being. If people are not opening up your newsletters, they're not getting the value from you that they could be, and they're not getting the exposure from you that they could be. So you need to make some adjustments there. The next thing that you want to track is actually converting prospects into clients. So you're out there marketing, your name is getting known, people are calling you. Are you comfortable taking them through a sales conversation? Are you comfortable with sales? Do you have a systemized process that you take people through every time that leads them easily through a sales conversation? Are you comfortable talking about money? If the answer is no to any of those things are things that you need to adjust. And the last thing to look at is client referrals. Are you getting referrals from your current clients? That's one of the best ways to get new clients. Are you utilizing that? Are you asking your clients for referrals? If you're not getting the referrals from them automatically, you should be asking for them. So those are 6 different things that you can start tracking right now, so that this time next year, you're not sitting in the same seat thinking the same thing. So here's my call to action for this week. I want you to look back over last year. Look at the marketing activities that you did. What was successful? What was not successful? What do you need to do more of, and what do you need to do less of? What resources do you need to have in place to help you to get your marketing where you need it to be, so that you can stop struggling, you can start coaching, and you can change the world. To your success. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.